She's like little blackjack.
Good Monday morning, everybody.
Yes, good morning.
You see the sweaty early bird. I mean, she's already pouring sweat first thing in the morning, out doing all her tasks. She's got a fire going at the beach, trimming around here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Some stuff. Morning is busy
Are you full
day.
of worms? Because they say the early bird gets the worms, so you must be full of worms, huh?
Wormy worms? I didn't find any worms.
You didn't find none?
Yeah.
Well, look at that. Well, it's Monday morning here. Yeah, you hear that? We got a new boss in town. There's a new sheriff in town. The guys are showing up here, and we're about to do a little pour on top. Pouring more of the walls for that upper room. And they already started building the roof deck up there for that upper room. And they'll be continuing that today as well. We're gonna need to crunch time to get that all done up there. So that is going to be pretty much the full task at hand today. Now I may pull Joel and have him to continue here on these doors, and I bought the doorknobs, get him to set the doorknobs and all for these rooms down here, because this room right here, even though it's not complete, it's got power in it right now. It's got windows, got doors. Some of the family is going to rotate out, staying over here in that room right there and watching the place. I'm gonna put them a bed in there, put a little bit of furniture in there, put a TV on the wall, solar power going in there from the main system here on the house. So that is what's going to happen on that. They can use the internet, you know, and just enjoy. So even though it's not a completed room, it don't have a tile floor yet, it don't have painted walls yet, they don't care. They don't mean nothing. You know, most houses here are so simple. That's just luxury things, you know. So they're excited to, you know, that I'm opening up to let them do that. In the past, we pretty much kept it where they just come over, watch the property, and sometimes even one of my brother-in-laws, he would just make a pallet somewhere, even in the back of my boat, and sleep over here. But there wasn't no rooms here the last time we were here. You got to think about this. When we arrived here in November, the walls were only poured to right there. Yeah, just right there. And there was no roof, there was no floor. Remember, there was grass growing in the floor, and that little Mitsubishi truck that they hauled away actually had vines growing over the top of it. The jungle was consuming the place. A lot has changed on this property since we arrived back here in November, a massive amount. So this time there is actually a place they can stay. I didn't want them in our garage apartment. Just keeps problems down, you know, just keeps problems down. So really excited for that. I'm gonna get that door all functioning. I bought really nice locks for it, and I'm gonna get them set up in there to be able to stay over here and guard the place. They got a restroom right here, everything. So it's gonna all work out pretty good. Lucy will have company. G-La promised me she's gonna take care of Lucy, right? That's the deal? All right, cool. You look cute. Yeah, so it's a good thing. I'll leave here with a really positive feeling and heart when it comes time for us to go. Yesterday, which was our Sunday here, I worked on security cameras, getting more of them installed and set all up, and the apps on my laptop, apps on a tablet, app on phone, so that I get notifications of any motion that those starts recording. It records video, it records audio as well, and if certain zones I can set sirens on as well. So if there's like somebody goes inside the house in these rooms where there's cameras that nobody should be in there or nothing moving, it'll trip a siren and it'll trip flashing lights, and it will be recording and send notification. So that's pretty awesome. So getting it all set in place. Well, let's get this day started. Yeah, another beautiful day. Saturday, they had poured from the front right there all the way down this side and around the corner, and then a part of a wall to the inside right there. So today they're going to be doing the opposite side. They're going to pour this little part around right here, this top part of the wall, which forms like a header over the door, and it comes back and joins in back in here. We left this low so it will make a good strong header, and they're going to pour around down that side and that interior wall right there. I'm leaving a hollow place in the wall with no concrete. It's the big old hollow void where all the electrical is coming in, and I'm going to fill that later after the electrical set. I'm going to embed it in concrete. We'll do a hand mix like they do here a lot of times, even on a hollow block wall, and plaster that all in with a concrete mix, like a grout mix, embedding all that electrical. So that's what's going on this morning. Once they get that poured, it shouldn't take them a real long time this morning. They'll probably have it done before lunch. Then after that, we're going to start forming this little wall right here in the back of this little utility maintenance room. So Joel got the extra door hinges I bought on. See there, they put two hinges up here close to top because these doors are freaking heavy. I mean, they are. I bought these handles right here. Look pretty good. Melinda liked them. I liked too. They had a little bit more depth right in here. They had some that was just about 150 pesos cheaper, but the handle was way back about right here. They put your hand rubbing the door always a lot, marring it up. So that might be something you want to look for when you're buying handles. If you don't want to scar the door up all the time, say you got rings or jewelry or something on too, and you grab a handle, and if it's up close, you're always going to be scratching the face on that door, getting dirt and things like that on your sweat, skin. It's got oil, you know, and so it's always going to be rubbing. So if you got something like that with a little bit more depth, that helps. And they made this good and strong too, because of course if you go out further, you've got more a leverage right there to break this. So these seem pretty good. These were a Yale brand. I like them. They seem fairly decent. I've got a threshold piece here that I'm gonna put in down here in the bottom as well. Got this threshold right here that's gonna go there in that doorway. And I need to bring more of these from the US. Let's mix it up, Let's get some water in here. Okay, so we're ready to pour across the top right there where there'll be an inside sliding glass door. This wall here, and the whole wall down the west side of the house, and coming around towards the south side, the little short wall there. So want them to get on it. They should be able to pour this pretty fast if I jump on it down there. Ambin and Uncle, they've got the roof deck done up here in the middle part right here on this room. And they're preparing right now for the one over here on this side. It's looking good. And we have got to get on immediately to pouring the next walls as soon as this is done. I mean, no hesitation. Preparing the concrete down there now. Hear the shovels going, so that's a good thing. That is definitely a good thing. Been a little nervous, you know, trying to squeeze in and get this roof done before we go. There's going to be some places that I'm just not going to be able to finish. That it just be small stuff when we return, but I've got to get what's most important. So having the house sealed on top right here is the most important, and then I want to get the parapet wall poured down the west side that adjoins to my neighbors and finish there, so that I can get the bamboo off of their property over there. They've been real gracious about that, and kind of the way it is here, you know. But I don't want to overextend my welcome over there, and so I want to be sure and have that done. And let's get that bamboo removed off their property over there, up against that side, that firewall on that side. So that's what's happening, and we'll be getting a concrete pour underway. It has begun again. I can hear them pouring in this wall right here behind me. Yeah, it's either them or there's a squirrel or a raccoon in the roof. Yeah. I got maybe a squirrel in the attic, right? You ever had a squirrel in the attic? Well, I have. Doing a little cleanup here while they're working. Picking up scrap wood, bagging it up so we don't trip on it. Just a little busy work for me while they're busy there, and helping get this thing cleaned up. I give this bag of wood away. People in the West, that probably looks like just something you go throw on the burn pile, get rid of rubble. But for the life here and out here in the province, all throughout this country and many other countries around the world, that is vital cooking wood right there. Very vital cooking wood. They don't have always the pleasures of gas stoves, electric stoves and burners and all that, or even to buy charcoal sometimes is expensive for them when you live on a very limited means. So this is good wood for them right here. This is already small, usable size cooking wood. I tell you, they will not hesitate to get it either, and I don't mind giving it to them. I don't mind bagging it up to give it to them. It's not a problem. I'm not too proud. After watching my vlog, if any of you have a question or any doubt still how the pyramids was built, well, I can tell you how they were built. They were built one darn stone at a time, one block at a time. Just like we built this house, one bucket of concrete at a time. Time and people. Can you imagine? If you read the history on the pyramids, they talk about how long that it took to build one of those pyramids. I mean, they spent a long time. And then they may have tens of thousands of laborers laboring on just that one pyramid. Man, they were working. It's all about numbers, man. Humans can do amazing things just with these muscles right here. Yeah, right here. And that is exactly how they did it. They thought, they figured out tools, and they put raw manpower in place. That is exactly what we've done on this build right here. Not near as monumental as a pyramid, but it's a fine example. Look what we've done here, one bucket at a time in the past 6 months. And you take about a month of that out with holiday stuff and birthdays and different celebrations that's went on. So if you put in 5 months of building, there's 5 months of building right there. And just look at that, you know, look at what we've done since we've been back here. Not just on the house, on the whole property extension, on the boat ramp, the gabion cages, the fish pond, the finishing out the CR, the landscaping beds all over the place, the underground water tank, the cistern there, the patios, verandas, driveway, curb done out there. What do you think about my bananas here? Yeah, those are the ones that washed up on the beach out here, and they were all yellow and struggling. Of course, salt water had affected them, and put them in here. This one did pretty good from the start. Those two super struggled. I put in those fertilizer spikes. Man, instant change, instant change. I'm gonna get me some more of those and ship them over here. Some viewer, starting a pump boat back behind me. Some viewer commented, "Oh, you gave that food spikes. It's going to cause them to grow a whole bunch of vegetation and no fruit." There's a killjoy for everything, isn't there? I mean, there's somebody out there has to be a killjoy for everything. If you turn right, there's someone going to say you should have turned left, even though you knew left would drive you right off a cliff. I mean, there is just somebody for everything, for everything. Your screens are on wrong. You know, wherever they're from, whatever they grew up with, their mind is programmed that that's the only way it is in the entire world, is whatever you grew up with. And see, I have to remember that as me coming from Texas to here, that whatever I grew up with is not the only way in the world. You have to adapt. And sometimes you might even find what you thought was so great where you grew up with might actually not be the best way. Even sometimes in places, real simple life, province, even like here in the Philippines, out here in the province, they actually sometimes may have a better idea than what us Westerners think is a good idea. Personally, I think the screens on the inside, I think they're wonderful. Just most minimal effort. Yep, pretty nice. Well, around the corner here, the guys are continuing to pour concrete. Yeah, mixing on. I'll be darned, Melinda's dad's out there. that's something I ain't been seeing. Yeah, her dad's out there. I'm seeing them out there with that boat. I don't know what they're doing, but I hear that they're trying to sell both of those boats. One of them's got a big hole in the side of it. The other one they just recently did a huge workover to. But we hear that the owners wanting to sell them. Yeah, I think they sold that boat. I think those are buyers, and I think they're about to push it off in the water when it's high tide. Girls out there videoing too. That girl went out, she's the one that her husband's been the one that redid all that boat and everything in the past months. But I think those are buyers. I saw a lady here the other day. She looked like probably the lady with the money. My neighbor, he was walking back by again from getting the fish. If they sold that boat, he said, yeah, they sold it. I thought they did. It's gone. Yeah, the Cheryl Rose, I believe is what it was called. It. It's Cheryl Rose. It looks like it's going to have a new home. There they go. There they go. Good time to get it while this tide's so high they don't have to roll it as far.